All right, Christy Brinkley's got 1 minute before I have to take a break.
She's on the hotline.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, don't make me. No, I feel like I threatened her.
No.
Miss Brinkley, how are you?
Hi, I'm great, thank you. How are you?
It is a pleasure to have you on the show. If I may ask, start out with an odd question. Is it baby's blood that you drink that makes you look so young? What are you doing to yourself?
I'm just living my best life. I think joy and happiness is the best anti-ager. So I just try and string together as many joyous occasions as I can. And I accentuate them by popping a cork from my bellissima Prosecco. I let that cork fly and I share a bottle with friends. And I think that is the fountain of youth.
Wow. Well,
that may be the thing. My wife loves Prosecco.
Yeah?
Maybe that's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's true that, when you are opening a bottle of wine or Prosecco, it means that you want to put all your worries behind and enjoy yourself with your friends and laugh and talk. And I think that is really good for you, good for the soul, good for every part of you.
So then let me ask you this. We're talking to Christy Brinkley because she's got a new book called Uptown Girl, a memoir, which is out now. I've been seeing you do press for it on TV and everywhere. I would imagine that when you made a decision to write this, because you did journal, right? You did journal throughout your life, so you've had all this.
Yeah.
But you make a decision. You have to relive all this emotion again before you write this book. And do you want to put yourself through all that over and over again?
I know. And as it turns out, there were parts of the book that were a joy to revisit, and I loved writing about it. And I could have, turned those chapters into entire books. But when there are ups, there's often downs, and I think that in my case, some of the lows in my life actually were gifts. When you see it with this kind of perspective, you realize that maybe you would never have challenged yourself if that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Maybe you would never have learned how strong you are if that hadn't happened. Because sometimes when these things happen, you just feel really stupid.
Yeah.
But then you realize, hold on a second, you know what? I made it through. And you start to actually appreciate that happened in a kind of strange.
Sure, you've learned a lesson.
Way,
you've
know.
Do you? I have not read the book, but I've seen you talk about it, and I see you get into pretty much detail about Billy and his alcoholism. When you sit down and set out to write a book like this, do you have to communicate to them beforehand, and is he happy with you or not happy with you that you're going to do this?
Yeah. Well, actually, Billy came to me to ask me to be in his upcoming documentary. And so I said, yes, of course. And then everyone
in progress.
Oh, what was that?
I don't know.
I do not know how to make that. That must have been the last show that I was on. Well, just so you know, we're being recorded.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Anyway, where was I?
You said that he asked you to be he asked you to be in the documentary, and you agreed to do that.
Yes,
and did you then tell him?
And then everybody along the way of his documentary was like, "Please, please, please! You've got to just say your truth and say it as it is." And Billy's like, no, I'm good with that. Just you got to say what you need to say.
Yeah,
and that's fine. So
I think you probably get to a certain point in your life where you can only deal in the truth. You've lived through the situation enough, and now at this point, it's the only way to be happy is to figure out what the truth really was.
Yeah, and since then he's been through all of those various rehab techniques and everything, which revisits all of that anyway. And so it's because you've revisited that, I think that you're able to heal and move on.
Yeah.
So I don't want to, speak for him, but I think that that's how it works.
We're talking to Christy Brinkley, who I will tell you, we got two 53-year-olds in this room, one 43-year-old, one 60-year-old. But all of us, four of us in this room, have all at one time or another stared at your picture on a magazine cover. Does that creep you out, or are you just so used to that at some point?
No, I'm. It's no, it's what I've done for the past 50 years.
Yeah.
I mean, Sports Illustrated. I'm sure that it was a Sports Illustrated picture that you're referring to, and I had so much fun on those trips, and they were just so transforming my career from. I mean, I was successful, but it took me to a whole other level. So I'm very grateful for those years and grateful for those pictures. And,
so are we. Thank you for those. Our teenage years. Thank you for those. There is a woman who lives here in the Tampa Bay area named Lynn Austin. She was the original Hooters girl. She'd been in Playboy. And I got to work with her for a couple of years doing radio. And she is she's another one of those women who everybody in this area knew and loved and was on billboards and all that. And I used to sit there and talk to her and listen to some of the stories that she would tell about celebrities coming after her so hard, married celebrities there was no sliding into DMs back then, but hotel rooms. And I can't imagine being as popular worldwide as you were, the stuff that you probably had to deal with over the years.
I think that, I don't know. I don't think I had to deal with all of that much. I do have a kind of Me Too moment in the book that I write about. But basically, and I did have a business moment where I think there was some exploitive kind of thing that they were trying to do, but I shut that down. And I think you start to develop a reputation, like, don't mess with her.
Smarter than the average model. Yeah.
So I think, I don't know, I really didn't attract a lot of that, to be honest. I don't know.
Good. Well, I got to tell you, the book is called Uptown Girl. It is out and it's available everywhere that you get books. It's certainly an amazing career that you've had, not only being a model, but an actress and a businesswoman and a mother and somebody who's been through 4 marriages and, has had public divorces, and it's a lot to go through. I hope people check the book out. And we, again, as males, thank you for vacation. We thank you for Sports Illustrated and all the times that, and how you continue to still look beautiful is amazing, and I appreciate you carving out some time to be on the show today.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I just want to say there's a lot more in the book beyond my marriages and divorces as well. I work a lot of Muhammad Ali gets in there, and Frank Sinatra's in there. So speaking of celebrities, you'll have to read the book and see how they factored in my life.
All right, good. I love the dirt. Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to have you on. The book is called Uptown Girl, a memoir, and it's out now with the great Christy Brinkley. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much for your time.
All right, thank you.